Hi guys, you remember Aaron who has photographed me very often for the channel? I just wanted to share some of his amazing photography of his road trips. He does these incredible trips around USA, and I just think it's really inspiring that he just does that. He just jumps in the car and just drives around with his camera, guys. How cool is this? And he's also got some great information to share, and just his opinions about Nikon, which I just think are really interesting as well. So I hope you enjoy celebrating Aaron's photography with me, and let me know in the comments. Let's get talking about this awesome thing that he's got going where he just hits the road. Who would love to do this? Who would just love to just jump in the car and drive with a camera?
One of the reasons why Nikon cameras and lenses are still very highly regarded in 2025 is because of the history really around digital photography and digital cameras. Nikon really have always been a photography and lens manufacturing company. So they started out in the late 90s, about 99, and then early 2000 when their first digital camera hit the market. They started out with the emphasis on quality. They wanted to make sure that any digital cameras that they had that were going to be released with the potential of replacing film cameras had the capabilities that they really wanted behind them, which is to make sure that the quality of images and raw files and any files available on those cameras could match or exceed film. So they really focused on that. And they've not really diversified into anything else. Nikon did diversify a little bit into other optical equipment, such as sunglasses, binoculars, and film scanners, but again, all optical related stuff. Whereas companies like Canon and Sony, they have always diversified into all kinds of other things, Sony being a totally different kind of company altogether. But if you look at Canon very quickly, Canon obviously being a camera and lens manufacturing company as well, but they diversified very heavily into other areas like fax machines, printers, calculators, and all manner of stuff really unrelated to photography. So they kind of diversified away from that. But in my view, I find Nikon cameras have always been a pleasure to use, that everything is so logically laid out on the bodies. The lenses, of course, are legendary, going back to the 1950s, which no other company can match, not even Leica. Sony is a different company altogether. They obviously been known for their TVs and hi-fi audio equipment and all that kind of stuff up until the early 2000s. And Sony did produce digital cameras before that time, but their first professional digital camera didn't hit the market till about 2006. And that was about the time they sort of started competing with Canon and Nikon. But even now, they're known for all kinds of stuff like TVs and everything else. Nikon is a true photographic camera and lens manufacturing company, and they always have been, and that's the reason why their stuff is so good. And if you see a lot of videos on YouTube now, a lot of people are looking at Nikon cameras in particular because the images and the raw files and the sheer quality they produce even today from their older cameras is just absolutely astonishing. And there's a big resurgence of older cameras from Nikon, like the D200, D300, which a lot of people are finding a pleasure to use. And I absolutely love my older Nikon cameras, to be honest with you. The first lineup of digital cameras from Nikon were just fantastic. I love my D300 and D300S, and even the D90. They're lovely, lovely cameras to use, and they produce absolutely amazing images. Fantastic.